grade 5. Today we're going to be on lesson 8, or unit 8, lesson 2, grammar. But first, let's talk about some of those words that we learned last time. Let's talk about the words and make sure we can put them in sentences so we know what they mean. Break, right? Break. I break my pencil. Break the stick. Repair, fix. Another word for repair is fix, right? I repair the stick. I repair the pencil. And comfortable, the bed is comfortable. The bed is not comfortable. The chair is comfortable. And hard, talking about a surface, right? How something feels. The board is hard. The wall is hard. Expensive, cheap, you know. Soft, just opposite of hard. The bed is soft. And modern, maybe just the newest word for you. Just another word for modern. Most of the time we think new. Something is modern, something is new.
My bed broke, Mum. I'm sorry.
Don't worry. It was a very old bed. I know you like your bed, but we'll have to get you a new one. This metal one is bigger than your old one.
But my old bed is more comfortable. This one is hard.
Look, Max. This one is softer.
It's okay, but my old bed is better. What about this one? It's a cool spaceship bed. Please, can I have this one?
Sorry, Max, but it's the most expensive bed in the shop. Let's find something less expensive.
We can repair old beds, if you prefer.
Yes, please, Dad. My old bed is the best of all.
OK, and it's cheaper than a new bed.
Okay, and we'll use some of those new words to talk about comparing things, to compare different things, make them in sentences to compare different things on lesson 2. So look at the photos. My bed is more comfortable than this one. My bed is more comfortable than this one. We're comparing two different things, right? What are they? Comparing two different beds. This bed and that bed. My bed is more comfortable than this one. Using more to compare to whatever else this is. He has more experience teaching than him. Comparing two things. Coming on down, it's less expensive than a new bed. It's less expensive than a new bed. Using than to compare something else. It's less expensive than a new bed. Just listen to the audio.
Listening 70. Listen and repeat. My bed is more comfortable than this one. It's less expensive than a new bed. This is the most expensive bed in the store.
So in the second part, it's a little bit different, right? We're not talking about two exact things. We're not doing that. In the first part, we're saying two things. Two different beds. Old bed and a new bed. And his bed, my bed, and a different bed. Two different beds. Here, The sentence is, this is the most expensive bed in the store. This bed is the most expensive bed in the store. We're only talking about one specific bed. This bed versus all the other beds. This one bed versus all the other beds. That's called superlative, right? He is the fastest boy in the school. Fastest. That's superlative. He is the most fast of all the others. He is the slowest. He is the slowest boy in all the school. Superlative again. Or you could say he is the most fast. He is the most fast boy in the school. He is the least fast boy in the school. Superlative. Changing it to comparison. He is faster than her. John is faster than Bill. Lisa is faster than Jessica. Comparative, superlative. Comparative, superlative. And we'll put more or less than if you have one syllable. Do you remember what a syllable in a word is? Like, for example, fast. One syllable, fast. Or what's a word for two syllables? Expensive. Two syllables, right? Three syllables. Expensive. Expensive. Three syllables. So for something with more than one syllable, he is the most expensive. Or the car is the most expensive. More or less, the most, the least. Syllables, adjectives ending in Y, we just add IEST. Happiest, quickest, slowest, happier, the happiest. It makes more sense when you start using them in sentences. So remember the rules, and let's try to put them in sentences. So number one, look at the picture. It's done for you. The modern bed, which means new bed, right? The modern bed is less comfortable than the old one. We're comparing two things, right? What are we comparing? Modern bed and an old bed, right? So we know it's comparative. The modern bed is less comfortable than the old one. Why would we not just say is comfortable less? Why would we just say that? Because comfortable does not end in ly, right? Comfortable, less comfortable than the old one. Look at number two. The old bed is the airplane bed. So we're comparing two things again, right? This is comparing. We have an old bed and an airplane bed, I guess. Now let's compare it. So we know, so it can be either one. We can say it is less expensive or it's more expensive. Doesn't matter. The old bed is less expensive than. The old bed is less expensive than the airplane bed. Comparing two different things. And expensive does not end in ly, so we have to put more or less. The airplane is less expensive, or we could even say the old bed is more expensive than the airplane bed. But I think in the story before, it said that the airplane bed is the more expensive one. And number three, modern. The airplane bed is modern than the old one. Comparing two things, again, the airplane bed and an old bed. The airplane bed is more modern, right? The airplane bed is more modern than the old one. More modern than the old one. Again, comparing two different things. More modern, less modern. More expensive, less expensive. More or less comparing two different things. Exercise number 4. So that was talking about comparative. The bike is more expensive than the new bike. The girl is prettier than this girl. Comparative. Now let's change it and do some superlative now. The most, right? The most. That swimming pool is the deepest swimming pool in Vietnam. We're taking some of the adjectives: comfortable, beautiful, modern, and expensive. Which house is the most beautiful? Which house is the most beautiful? Whichever one you want to say. I think house number 1 is the most beautiful. Which house is the least modern? Which house is the least modern? I guess we would say number 2, right? So you're using these sentences in comparatives. Which house is the biggest? Which house is the biggest? So maybe this one, right? Number 3. Which house is the biggest? Right? Which house do you think is the most expensive? Which house do you think is the most expensive? Be 1 or 3, doesn't matter. Which house do you think is the simplest? Which house do you think is the simplest? Number 2, right? So practice using sentences using superlatives and comparatives. Should be easy enough. Practice. This is the most beautiful toy in my house. This is the most beautiful toy in my house. Superlative, right? This is the most.
You're faster than me at juggling.
Yes, I'm faster than you. And I'm better than you at tricks.
Yes, but I'm more surprising than you.
Fast. Faster. Small. Smaller. Big. Bigger. High. Higher. Big. Bigger. Safe. Safer. Noisy. Noisier. Exciting. More exciting. Dangerous. More dangerous. Good. Better. Bad. Worse.
Alright, now that we know about superlative and comparative, let's use our the new vocabulary to make some sentences. How about soft? Soft. Let's make a superlative. How about superlative? Let's make a superlative sentence with soft. and looks like that's a bed. This bed This bed is the softest. This bed is the softest in the store. Softest. Superlative, right? Let's take the same word, soft, and make it comparative. This bed is softer than that bed. This bed is softer than that bed. It's a simple comparison. Now try to think of one more on your own. Take the adjective soft, make one superlative sentence, one comparative sentence. And then let's move on to one of these words. Cheap, cheapest. We'll start with cheap. Let's make a comparative sentence using cheap, all right? Talking about motorbikes, the Wave is cheaper than the SH. Comparative, the Wave is cheaper than the SH. Now make it a comparative sentence. Sorry, make it superlative. Superlative. The Wave is the cheapest bike in the store. Superlative. The Wave is the cheapest bike in the store. Now try to do the same thing with expensive. But do expensive on your own, okay? Do expensive on your own. The car is more expensive than the motorbike. The motorbike is less expensive than the car. Comfortable. The chair is more comfortable than this chair. The chair is less comfortable than this chair. The chair is more comfortable than the bench. More comfortable. We say more because comfortable doesn't end in ly, right? More comfortable, less comfortable. Yeah, just keep practicing the rules and remember, or keep practicing putting the words in sentences. And just remember the rules, right? If it ends in Y, had, ISD, or IER. Happier, happiest. Adjective with more than one syllable, like expensive, more expensive, less expensive. So again, just keep practicing putting these words in to make comparative sentences and superlative sentences. Okay. Bye, grade 5.